I have Toni T with me here today. And how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I have the endorphins from the gym, so I'm feeling extra good
Ooh,
right now. Um,
yes.
but yeah, overall, I'm good.
Yes, yes, we love to hear that. Yes. So today we're here to talk about, your new music, looking forward to 2023 and, everything you got going on. So I was super excited to hear that you're from Rhode Island, and I used to live in Rhode Island. So I just want to know, I lived in Providence, so I always got these super like artsy vibes from like living in Providence, like going to school there and stuff like that. So how does Rhode Island like have any influence on your music?
Um, I love that you asked that question because I actually never thought about it before.
Okay.
But what I can definitely say is that I felt I'm from Pawtucket, the book,
Okay.
so we're right next door, we're neighbors.
Uh-huh.
But I rep Pawtucket because as much as some people will like leave and then just rep the capital city, it's
Hmm.
now I'm just gonna rep my home because I don't think that a lot of people recognize that there are gifted and talented people from different cities within the state. And
Hmm.
Pawtucket is definitely one of them. I feel like there are some shining stars here. And so I want to be one of them to rep. Um,
Yes.
but I would say that how home has impacted and just really like moved me in my music is from a young age. Like I was allowed to express myself, whether it was on the playground with my girls in the four square.
Hmm.
We weren't playing the four square game. We were pretending to be Destiny's Child when there was four. Um, and just pretending to be 3LW and whomever else, whatever girl group was on and popping at the time, and just experiencing that as a child in Pawtucket, like as much as it's, I guess some would consider it normal play, like
Hmm.
it's just playing, but I feel like it allowed me to tap into what I am supposed to do forever. The fact that I would initially think to play like that as a child and then continue it until now, it's like, yeah, this was meant to be. So, being in smaller spaces and having those intimate encounters, whether it's going to a small school, a small private school in Pawtucket, then going to a small high school, an art school in Pawtucket, you know, the intimacy of it all, and then being from this, I think Pawtucket might be the smallest city, but don't quote me. Uh, but coming from the smallest state,
Yes, yes.
that says a lot, because I would think that I have a pretty big voice. So just all of that together has really impacted my music. And so, yeah, now that I think about it, like home plays a big part as to not just why I sing, but how I sing and to who I'm singing to. So,
Mhm. Oh, so who are some artists that you listened to growing up?
oh, Mary Mary,
Mm.
Donnie McClurkin,
Yeah.
Brandy, Destiny's Child, um, who else? 3LW, JoJo. Ugh, when I tell you I was obsessed with JoJo, it's a fun
Yeah.
she was from Massachusetts. I was like, and she's so close to home.
Yes, she's the best. I love her. I love her. She's amazing. She's doing it at 13 too. All those songs like Leave, Get Out. Like, are you serious? Be for real. Like
Me
13,
having a crush,
baby.
I'm like, leave, like doing the most.
Oh
Um,
my God, yes.
yeah, that's just to name a few. I mean, Yolanda Adams. I mean, the
Hmm.
list goes on, and these are just like big voices, or just those who are really creative and groundbreaking within the industry. I was tapped in, and I understand that those seem pretty like mainstream, but they were mainstream for a reason.
Yeah, definitely. Before we get into your single, I want to talk about you had this really cool like Instagram series going on.
Yeah, the entire series from me releasing short songs on my IG, and now I share them on TikTok and Twitter, um, as well as Facebook, and I'm gonna start sharing them on YouTube Shorts as well. But it
Mhm.
all started because I was like, yo, I want to challenge myself in songwriting. And I would always send some of my songs to like my closest friends, my loved ones, and my sisters, and just be like, yo, tell me if I need to switch something up, if I need to say something differently. And after doing that, I was like, okay, I want to do this more. And I kind of want to challenge myself in writing in a different way, writing regarding topics that I know nothing about, but giving a little, a little vagueness to it, and just see what comes about. And like writing music is just so much fun. And so the fact that
Mhm.
I'm able to sing my songs and then just have these outlandish ideas and put them in a song, and whether you like it or not, it's something that I created. So it's just beautiful. So all that to say, it started out of being bored of kind of writing the same old storyline or having the same topic. And then
Mhm.
it was challenging in the fact that like all my people was commenting under. I'm like, damn, y'all actually had a lot to share. I'm not gonna be able to sing all of them, but I just love the fact that I have to tap into a space or listen to somebody's experience and write from that place, put myself in their shoes. And
Mhm.
so far it's been absolutely amazing. And some days I go into the studio. Perfect example is I went in yesterday and I wasn't really feeling myself. I was just kind of like, "Meh,
It happens.
let's wrap it up." And by the time I hit the booth, it changed the game. I started to hear like what I had written, and then hearing it come to life, and then I started creating like different ad libs and stuff that I just didn't consider when I was in my room, right? And
Mm.
so hearing that come to life just changed the game. And so this short series just continues to like encourage me, and it all started from a place of boredom and feeling like I needed to challenge myself.
Nice. But see, look what you got out of that. Sometimes if you're bored, you just like don't want to do anything. And look, now you have like you probably got like a bunch of new followers too after just like seeing them, people seeing like what you're doing or interested in what you're doing and get your name out there. So like that's really awesome to do. Like it's really cool.
You.
Um so I thought this was like a huge, huge accomplishment that you achieved this year too, by like being a Corey member for the Maverick City Choir. So like, how did that like what? When I saw that, I was like, okay, like obviously I heard your music. This girl can sing, but like that's a huge accomplishment. So first, congrats. But like, how did that come about?
Girl, it I don't even have the words. So it was last year actually, where Maverick City Music just kind of put out that they wanted a choir or just
Mhm.
extra voices for when they went on tour. And
Nice.
so they reached out to like just a bunch of churches, and or they kind of put it out on social media, and then you would just like email them if you wanted to be a part. And so at
Mhm.
first it started off as like it was open to the public. Anybody can, apply. Just come when we're in your city and we'll sign
Mhm.
you up, get your sticker, and then you sing with us. And then, like, you get this crazy, like, holy experience, right? And
Mm.
then it started to trickle down where they're like, no, we can actually have our own choir. And so when they did that, they like sent out a mass email to all those who were participants. Um,
Mhm.
of like the previous shows and stuff. And so they were like, okay, we're gonna be in different sections of, the US. And so if you are in that area or you want to come down, fly down, drive down, however you're trying to get here, get here. Uh, and we're just gonna do a 2-day audition. And then from there, from those 2-day auditions, we'll confirm who's in and who's not, for now. Cause that's the other thing too. It's not like the choir is just like dead set forever. This is
Mhm.
just the beginning. And so if it wasn't for my little sister Finda, shout out to Finda, and my little sister Kumba, like they
Oh.
were detrimental in like me signing up and doing all of that because your girl was a hot mess just a little bit in the beginning of the summer.
We all were. It's okay. It's okay.
Just trying to figure out where I want to go with music and writing songs, and all these opportunities were coming up. So in a sense, I wasn't really thinking too much about it, but they were like, no, you sign me up. And so my sister Kumba and I drove down for the auditions in New York.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Up. And I think it was being held in Harlem. And so we drove out to Harlem and we stayed for the 3 days. So the first 2 days were auditions, and then the third day was for those who made it, so that way we can go over the what was going to happen for the tour that
Hmm.
year, which was the Maverick City and Kirk Franklin tour.
Oh.
That was amazing, amazing. And so that's just pretty much how it went down. My sisters hooked it up, and just informing me and just kind of getting me on the ball. And then
Hmm.
once we did the auditions, it was a go. And the experience has been like no other.
Wow. So you went on tour with them too. So you were like on the road and stuff.
Yeah. And so that's
Yeah.
the thing. We also don't have to go to every single tour date, right?
Okay.
It's
Hmm.
when you're available. But obviously, if you made the choir, come on now, be a little bit more available for some of those days.
Of course, absolutely. Like I would, if I was just playing like the tambourine, I would make myself available.
Of a triangle.
Right.
I would be there. Okay.
Yes. Oh my God, that's so great though. So congrats on that. That's amazing. So now we're just gonna go into your debut single, which I absolutely loved because of you. I think it was such like a great topic, a very relatable topic. I feel like men and women can relate to that. So how did you come up? How were you inspired to create this song?
So I hate it, but you know what? It did me well, in the end. So what had happened was, uh, because of you started from like a summer, like a summer love experience,
Mm-hmm.
one of those short term, like, we're not gonna be serious. Let's just get to know each other. And then like
Yeah.
you really like fall for that person, you really enjoy them, and you're like, oh my gosh, okay. Didn't expect this.
Right.
Don't like it, but we're gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
And I did, and then I got ran over.
Mm.
And so it was really hard. And so I just found myself being at my 9 to 5 and just like it was just really hard because I had the best summer, and then all
Mhm.
of a sudden like it hit about August, September, and now I'm in my cubicle crying. Or and
Girl, we've
harsh
been there. We've all been there. I feel you. I feel you.
the hardship. And so so I found myself like crying, or some days just being frustrated, like, how could I let this happen?
Mhm.
And then like try to look back at the signs and whatever. And so finally I was just like, I've always come to a place where whatever it is I'm going through, whether I'm angry, whether I'm sad, whether I'm really happy, sometimes I don't have like the words to share in a conversation,
Mhm.
or I just don't feel like I even have the words because I'm just feeling it so much.
Mhm.
And what I'll do is I'll just take out a notebook and my pen, or I'll just pull up Microsoft Word and I'll put on a beat from YouTube, and I just like I go through my feelings, and I just pull all the words that I didn't have to say to that person or about the person at the time, and now I just gather them up in a little song.
Mm.
That's how Because of You came about. I played a track from this one producer who I'm like low key obsessed with. Um, and yeah, and so once I found his stuff, I bought the beat and was like, yeah, I'm about to go in. And I just wrote out how I felt. Literally, I was the first line in the song is sitting in my room thinking about you, and I'm mad that I do.
Mhm.
I was doing exactly that. Sitting there on my computer chair, just like, oh, like I'm so mad right now because
Mhm.
I'm still thinking about you. Like I'm still into you, and like it's not vice versa. It's not reciprocated.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
that's how it started.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a very like you were very honest, like vulnerable in that too, and just like yeah, no, I think that's like the best type of music is when it's like relatable. Like I said, like I feel like anyone can relate to that. Like that's happened a million times over, but it's so personal because you made it, about your situation, you know?
Actually, I feel like I have actually, it's not even that I feel, I have more than one song out of it. So
Oh.
if y'all hear an EP coming, just know it was because of that summer.
Yeah. There you go. That summer. That's your title right there. So you also collaborated with he pronounced the name's Joseph.
Yes.
Okay, cool. He so you collaborated with Joseph. So how did that come together? So did you send him the song first and he was like, "Oh, I'm feeling this. I can write something for her." Like, did you have him in mind when you were writing it? Like, how did that come together?
Yes. So a little short backstory is that Joseph and I actually went to school together.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we went to college together, and
Nice.
back in college, he committed to being a rapper,
Mm,
and I was inspired by that. And he was good. You know what I'm saying? Like
mhm.
it's not like
Nice.
somebody who just wants to be a rapper but doesn't have the skill or the passion like to go hand in hand, but he had both. And
Mhm.
so yeah, we just started working together back in school where I would write hooks with him or for him, and we just started making music together. And he would always encourage me, like, sis, we're gonna work on your project next. That did not happen because I was scared out of my mind. I was like, I ain't dropping nothing.
That's okay.
Yeah. And so finally, when I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this at the beginning
Mhm.
of this year, when I finally committed to being a singer-songwriter, Toni T, I
Mhm.
was like, it's only right to do and release my first song with Joseph because he was the first
Oh.
person that I ever paired with and like not only believed in me but encouraged me and
Mhm.
just helped me tap into my skill and my talent more and more. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's pretty much how it started. So once I wrote the song, I was like, he's already on the track. Like, I just hope that he could write something to what I'm talking about. And so
Mhm.
I remember sending him the song, sending him the draft or the demo, and he just sent instead of sending like a little text back, he sent me a whole voice note that lasted like 2 minutes. And oh,
Oh.
like, of course, you don't understand. Like I have something to write to this. And I'm like, bet. So
That's so cool that you guys like went to college together and how that came back. Oh, that's such a nice nod to him, you know? That's so great. I love that.
yeah.
I also really liked your visual too that you created for the song because I was like the very first part when like you and your girls are sitting on the couch and stuff like that like oh no I don't want to go out like I thought that was so relatable but I felt like you also had like a natural like you know you're very natural around the girls too. Were they your real life friends in that or girls really?
Yes, yes, they are among the homies. So
Okay.
yeah, it was easy to just be like, can y'all just sit with me on the couch and we just do what we would normally do? And
Mhm.
it worked. It worked.
Nice, nice. So was that your first music video that you created? So
Yep.
how was your first day on set compared to your last, or did you all shoot in one day?
It was a 1 day. Actually, I lied. It was like a 2 day process, but it was stretched out.
Nice.
And so yeah, so the first day we got there, um, I was just so excited because the whole theme of it was just to be like you said, I'm in my feelings, and my girls are like, "Nah, we can't stay here." Okay,
Mm-hmm.
tapped in a little bit. Great. I'm glad you're feeling what you're feeling. Not really, but like I'm glad you're making note of how you feel, recognizing that. But we can't sit in it for too long. And so,
Mm-hmm.
which is a true story. And
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, so my thing was I really wanted to enjoy the company of my friends. So I hit up all my people and was like, "Hey, I'm shooting this video. Will you come be a part? Because I want it to be like a kickback, like a old school. Everybody comes to the crib. There was real food, real pizza, real drinks, real sodas, and things like that. And everyone who could come through came through. And we shot the music video within a few hours, I would say. Everybody played their part, whether they knew they were going to play a part or not. They played a part. Sometimes you have those friends you can just count on and be like, hey, I need you to fill in the gap. Uh,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So like outgoing friends, like not scared to just be like, doing their own thing. Yeah.
So those friends came through, and then the second part of it all was I had my homies Sean and Maria, who came out and played the part where Joseph raps. Um,
Mhm.
and so they did their thing, and it was just amazing. And the videographers just made me feel so comfortable, and yeah. So for that to be my first experience was, I don't even really have the words except for grateful. Like, I was just so, like, grateful for the opportunity to not only share my song with everybody, but to have people that I love and know be a part of my first ever debut single. Like,
That's see, now you have like that to look back at. Who are some artists that you are looking forward to in the future to maybe collaborate with? So who are some people on your list that you would like to, I call this like a little manifestation part that you would love to work with in the future?
oh my gosh. When I tell you I wrote a laundry list the other day, yeah. So,
Yes.
okay, so John Hope, shout out to John Hope, you know,
Yes.
Rhode Island native, and so it's really dope to pair with somebody who I not only value but also am inspired by.
Mhm.
So yeah, John Hope, some other artists and producers as well, like
Yeah, of course.
Dr. Dre,
Oh, yeah.
Jazzy Faye. I feel like people don't really like Jazzy Faye. Really did his thing, like he does his thing. Um, who else? Missy Elliott,
Yes.
Andy, Queen Naija.
Good one.
I just there's so many. Cynthia Erivo, just a vocal annihilator. Jasmine
Mm,
Sullivan, who's another one.
love her.
The list goes on. The list goes. That's just to name a few.
Yes, those are all really great people.
Yep.
So, lastly, so what are some goals that you have for your career looking forward into 2023? What are some things you want to try to accomplish for the new year? What will accomplish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new year, 2023, is to furthermore establish that I am Toni T. I am a
Mm,
singer-songwriter. I am a performer. I am here to share what's on my heart, what's on my mind, and to also kind of share what maybe others are going through, to kind of step into their shoes and just exude that through the music. So that's
mm,
like the overall gist.
nice.
If we're gonna get into it, I want more shows. I'm trying to be booked and busy. Releasing more content, not only from those shows, but just creative things like the short series that's on my IG,
Mhm.
where I, release short songs every Wednesday. It's just an opportunity to continue to challenge myself. The goal next year is to also drop an EP and tour.
Yes.
And so that's just a few. I also want to do a lot of collaborations as well with some,
Mhm.
whether it's local or far artists. I mean, yeah, I just want to grow in who I am and then with what I do. And so all of that is going to play a part.
Nice. I can see that. Yes, you have to manifest that. I totally believe that you are going to put in the work to do all of that as well. And I just can't wait to see what you do next. And just lastly, I was going to say, where can we follow you to keep up with all your music and your weekly Instagram series as well?
Yes. So on all of my platforms, this is Toni T, and it's
Mhm.
Tony with an I, not a Y. This
Mhm.
is Toni T. Um, that's that's pretty much it. And I'm on everything pretty much, like your basics, I guess you can
Mhm.
say. So IG, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook,
Mhm.
and YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on all the streaming platforms, if you're looking for me, type in because of you, Toni T. Because, just type in the whole thing. It'll-
Exactly. Thank you so much. It was so nice talking with you today.
yes, you too, Autumn. I'm so happy that we got to communicate and just connect.
Same.